Millions of years ago, in the dense rainforests of Africa, the earliest known ancestors of humans, Sahelanthropus chidensis, cautiously walked along the forest floor. Small in stature, with a tiny brain, they navigated the shadows of towering trees, learning to balance between curiosity and survival. Near riverbanks, they drank the cool waters, ever alert for lurking predators, sensing the dangers and wonders of their world. As time passed, Ororinthugenensis climbed higher into the trees, exploring both land and branches. Their legs were growing stronger, slowly mastering the art of walking on 2 feet. The forest became both a playground and a challenge, and every movement taught lessons that would echo through millions of years. Then came Ardipithecus ramidus, moving gracefully between trees and forest floor, curious, cautious, and social. They observed one another, groomed in small groups, and began to show the earliest signs of community life. Survival required intelligence, cooperation, and the ability to adapt to changing surroundings. About 4 million years ago, Australopithecus afarensis emerged on the open savannas. Walking upright with confidence, scanning the tall grasses for food and predators, they began experimenting with simple tools, cracking nuts, digging roots, and learning the first hints of problem-solving. Children played, mimicking their parents' upright stance as the sun cast golden light across the endless plains. Homo habilis soon appeared, more curious, more inventive, holding stones with purpose, cracking nuts, and gathering food together. They learned to use fire and to work in small groups. They climbed trees when necessary, but the ground became their domain. The spark of intelligence and creativity was igniting. Homo erectus, taller, stronger, and wiser, strode across the savannas with determination. They carried firewood, built simple shelters, hunted in coordinated groups, and began the long journey of mastering the environment. Sparks flew as they rubbed stones to make fire, cooked food over the flames, and taught their young the skills needed to survive. Hills and rivers were no longer obstacles, but opportunities for exploration. Homo heidelbergensis followed, shaping larger tools, building sturdier shelters, and venturing into colder climates. They painted on cave walls, told stories by firelight, and cared for one another in ways that revealed empathy and intelligence. Each discovery, each gesture, each lesson passed down, strengthened the bond that would become human society. The Neanderthals entered, strong and resilient. They hunted large game, navigated rocky terrains, and continued the traditions of tool-making and cave art. Families shared food, children learned to imitate the adults, and life, though harsh, was rich with cooperation and learning. Then finally, Homo sapiens, our direct ancestors, began to explore, innovate, and thrive. They crafted advanced tools, built early huts, hunted in teams, and painted vivid stories on cave walls. They danced around fire, celebrated life, and cared for the sick and injured. Across rivers, plains, and forests, they moved together as one, learning, surviving, and imagining the future. Standing on the hillsides, overlooking the vast lands they had explored, the early Homo sapiens gazed at the horizon with confidence and curiosity. They were the culmination of millions of years of evolution, the heirs of survival, intelligence, and creativity. And from these first humans, the journey continued, a journey that would one day lead to us, standing here, telling this story, looking back at the long, remarkable path of human evolution.